you doing, my friends? Well, it seems like a long time. I'm not tying my soul to the downward grind.
Well, hey, happy Memorial Day, everybody, 2024. It's a beautiful day in West Virginia, so I figured I would come outside. We've had probably about 90 days in a row of overcast days, and this is one of the clearest days that we've had. That's not exactly true, but up until about a week ago, that was true. What I decided to do was follow up on the Disney Beach Boys deal, and just in celebration of the Beach Boys in general, and I promised that I was going to show you some of the bootleg items that I have. And I had another thought when I did. I've been averse to showing the CDs, but I brought the wallet out today, and I want to show you guys a lot of that because a lot of my collection is on CD. In fact, the majority of it was released in that age. And so we'll talk a lot about some of the ones that I have there. We'll try to go through them first. But let's start off with what I have with good old vinyl, which is probably my favorite thing. One of the very first things that I have here is an early copy of, and this is before the official release of Bamboo, which is different. It's not exactly the same stuff. But there's one called, this is BAMBU, the Caribou Sessions. This one, that was a double record. This is a single record. This is called Dennis Wilson Bamboo. This has on it Moonlight, It's Not Too Long, Companion, Schoolgirl, Wild Situation, Baby Blue Eyes with Carl Wilson, Love Surrounds Me, New Orleans, He's a Bum, and Holy Evening. So this is kind of a together thing. Let me show you the front. Let me show you the back here. It's going to be a show and tell today, guys. I feel more like Larry Graves today than ever. He's one of my favorite guys. Hope he's on the mend. I heard he's not feeling well and has had chronic pain. I hope he's doing well. He's one of the guys that I check out. Here's how the record looks. This is one side. See here, Shore Leaves, Bob Delgado, and Dennis D. Donato. And it says it's 1987, so it's about right, about when I got this. And so that's that one. That's Bamboo. It's one of the dedicated to Dennis Wilson, it says here. We'll put that over here. I'm doing this outside, so there's a little bit of, you're going to hear a little bit of sound outside from the lawnmower next door. Next is the Adult Child bootleg. This album was the one in connection, was kind of the follow-up to the Beach Boys' Love You. If you look at this, look at the track listing here. I'll give you the track listing on the back. Life is for the Living, Hey Little Tomboy, Deep Purple, which I love. Help is on the Way, It's Over Now, Everybody Wants to Live, and that's the end of side one. Side two, Shortening Bread, Lines on Broadway, Games Two Can Play, It's Trying to Say, a.k.a. Baseball, which I love. Still I Dream, but it's kind of a balancing. I think it's connected to the same label we have, Making Waves Limited. It is a, I don't know, brown vinyl you want to call that? Turquoise. Looks like root beer vinyl almost. But there's the label on side one. And there's side two. I have a couple of bootlegs here in these series that were done under the moniker of California Feeling, and they are different things. This is a California Feeling, one that has Brian, Mike, Al at the front on Brother Records, supposedly. It's not the real Brother Records. It says liner notes by Dr. Eugene Landy, which is bullshit. But it talks about a lot of different things here, and it goes through stuff. It's not really one era. It's got a nice picture of Dennis there on the back. Take a look at this. I'll go down the track listing with you as I show this to save some time. Here's side one of this. Number one, California Feeling. This is Steve Kalinich, collaboration with Brian Wilson. Brian's back. We're together again. Our team. How about a little bit of your sweet lovin'? I'm begging you, please. Santa Ana Winds. Looking down the coast and Lazy Lizzie. Side two, California Dreamin', Skate Town, USA. Sherry, She Needs Me. The River Song. Stevie. Marilyn Ravel. We Got a Groove. And Carry Me Home. So, here's side two. That's that one. California Feeling number one, version number one. Now we get this one saying recorded at MIU, fall 1977, Collector's Series number 4, California Feeling again. And this looks to me to be the MIU stuff. It says recorded at MIU, 1977. You've got Match Point Ever Love, which I think is one of the most underrated songs in the whole catalog. It has a disco sound to it, but I think the melody and the counterpoint with that Donna Match Point, love that. Pitter Patter, Sweet Sunday Kind of Love, Bells of Paris, Winds of Change, My Diane. She's got side 2. She's got Rhythm, Our Team, Hey Little Tomboy, another Hey Little Tomboy. Kona Coast, Won't You Come Out Tonight, and How's About a Little Bit of Your Sweet Lovin' in California Feeling by Spring. Fall 1977, Collector Series number 4, Making Waves Limited. Now comes one that has the most creative album title I've ever seen. It really matches the complexity of the music, and it really gets down. The name of the bootleg is The New Album. Yeah. Anyway, what this seems to be is 1976 stuff, is what it says. 1976. There's some writing here on the back of it. Anybody wants to freeze this and read it, you can. Here's the back. We'll go down the set list here. Set list on side 1 on a black vinyl record. On this one, My Diane, Marilyn Ravel, Hey Little Tomboy, Ruby Baby. You've got that Lovin' Feeling, Sherry, She Needs Me, and Come Go With Me. Yeah, somebody's got a sense of humor to put My Diane next to Marilyn Ravel. Knowing the story there and their sisters. Craziness. Anyway, the second side, Money on Broadway, Sea Cruise, Help Is on the Way, Games 2 Can Play When Girls Get Together Honking Down the Highway. So this, part of this is like in the same era as Beach Boys Love You and some of that other stuff that we went through in the 77 stuff. It's kind of a blurred line there. Let's get on to another bootleg vinyl that I have. This one is entitled, let me take it out of this shrink word thing. I'm sorry I didn't do that before. Whoa, Brian Loves You is the name of this. This seems like it's a combination of maybe the stuff that came after the Beach Boys Love You. Anyway, the side on this, I think this is side A, is That Special Feeling. It's over now. They're marching along. That's Little Children, I guess it would show up then later on Brian Wilson's first solo record. This is another one of these just open things that they put over here. Still I Dream of It, My Diane again. Love Is a Woman, side 2, Mona, Airplane, Let's Put Our Hearts Together, I'll Bet He's Nice, Bugged At My Old Man. They're the record labels. B.B. Ryder, Local Reduction Institute presents B.B. Ryder, copyright 1977. Credits for them on here. Doesn't say it's part of that series, doesn't say anything like that. Now let's get into a couple of the more interesting ones that I have that everybody's been waiting for. Here's an early one. It's called Second Edition of Smile. Early up, it said liner notes included. It said it's labeled for correct playing order, but here's the front of it. It was on FDS, Full Dimension Stereo, with a fake RIAA thing there. Newly discovered music not available in the first edition. I don't know if the other one's the first edition is the one that I have or not. But essentially, here's the inside of it. I'll read side 1 as I show you side 2. Good Vibrations, Barnyard, Do You Like Worms, Old Master Painter, You're My Sunshine, Can't Wait Too Long, Tones, Cheminescence, Who Ran the Iron Horse, and the Grand Coulee Dam. That's side 1 of this Smile Boot. And then as I show you the side that I just recited, I'm going to read the second one. Bicycle Rider, Heroes and Villains, Our Prayer, Wonderful, Vegetables, it says. Wind Chimes, Mrs. O'Leary's Cow, I Love to Say Dada, and Child is Father to the Man with Surfs Up at the end, clocking in 3:13. I think this was the first one I had. I'm not 100% sure. Sorry, I'm not 100% sure. It's been too long a time. But the other one that I have, which I think came later, is a double edition, a bootleg of it here, and has in it, and let's see what we got here. We have white labels here with this one, so this is a real bootleg lad here. White label, black label. And I have in here the Dominic Priori Smile Music flyer. Sorry the wind's blowing it, dudes. There's page 3. And page 4. And that's the insert you get, and that's the 4 you get. The back cover again. 4 sides. I'll read them to you as I show you the front again, which is a little faded from the other one. The other one's a little deeper color, but this is lighter. It's not really any more color. It's just kind of this is more yellowish base. The other's a little bit more of the brown is a little bit more pronounced. Good Vibrations 1 and 2. Good Vibrations Work Piece. Barnyard With Me Tonight. Early version is side 1. Side 2, Can't Wait Too Long. Wonderful Holidays, Vegetables. Child is Father to the Man. Side 3, Heroes and Villains. Do You Like Worms? Bicycle Rider. Wind Chimes. Kevin Essence. Oh Master Painter. You Are My Sunshine. Oh Prayer. Tones. Mrs. O'Leary's Cow. George Fellender's French Horn. This is side 4. Surf's Up, Cool Water, You're Welcome, Smile promo ad. It starts at Tones, so it's Tones through the Smile promo ad at the end, and that's the one that they had promising the copies to sell. It was really a promotional thing done for the vendors to try to get them to order the record because they thought that the record was going to be delivered, and this is as they were closing in at the end of the year. But little did they know it didn't work. Let me show you a couple other things that are interesting. This is a really good, I don't know if you guys have seen this. I picked this out. This is a Smile Vibes and Harmony. It's a tribute to Brian Wilson. It's a pretty early one. This was done back in 1990. Great versions of stuff. Sonic Youth is actually on it. Das Damon's on it. The Handsome Dick Manitoba's on it. Nikki Sutton's on it. The Cynics, Peter Stafford. So the records, yeah, doing Darling, which is fantastic. A lot of great artists here. I don't want to leave anybody else. They actually do Ghost Director, Seafoam Green, do the actual Pet Sound song. Wonderful and Whistle In. Oh, like it. Good tribute. One of the early ones here. And then there are a couple Rarities things that I don't know if you guys know about. I mean, people see these, but I don't see them in the stores as much. There's this Rarities Capitol record here. It's got some interesting stuff on it. Bluebirds Over the Mountain, different version. The Letter, I Was Made to Love Her, single version. Land Ahoy, Cotton Fields. These are some different things. Some Rarities. Celebrate the News, which is a B-side to Breakaway, which I used to play as much as I played away Breakaway. I think I told you on the review that was one of the first singles I bought. And then this is great. This is kind of the calling the best stuff from that Australian box set, that big box set that they have with 7 records in it that you have to get this. And this stuff is of dubious license anyway. This is Beach Boys, Brian Wilson, Rarities. And this was actually on Capitol. I'll show it to you here. It purports to be on Capitol. How real this is, I don't know. You can see the little divot there. It's a little weird thing in the groove there. There's a lot of stuff in here, and here's the other side. This is a gold mine here. This is Be True to Your School Fast version. Pamela Jean. Sacramento by Gary Usher. The One You Can't Have by the Honeys. Thinking About You, Baby. Sharon Marie. I Guess I'm Dumb, Glenn Campbell, which is worth it by itself. I mean, that's a hard single to find. To me, that's got a Pet Sounds sound more than any other song. Pet Sounds or Beach Boys today. It's fantastic. After the Game, Survivors, Pray for Surf, Run Around Lover, Surfing Down the Swanee River. That's 10 songs on one side. I mean, this is a I guess thinly grooved record here. Cotton Fields single version. Lady by Dennis Wilson. Celebrate the News. Sound of Free single. Bluebirds Over the Mountain. You're Welcome. Lord's Prayer, Story of My Life, Good Night, My Love, and What I'd Say, Ray Charles Live. So just a fantastic collection here. Everything you need to get on the singles that you couldn't get pretty much, that are hard to get, that you can't get on the regular records is on this Rarities thing. And it's just a shame they never made that a more widely available release because to me it's fantastic. And if you give me a second, I will get this and we'll see where we're at. We're at about 14 minutes good. So I'm going to do a little bit more of a flip through the CDs. I don't like CDs that much anymore. I don't really do a lot in it, but I'm not kidding you when I look at and I tell you that I have a very extensive CD collection here, and we're going to go through these here. I have these things called the Unsurpassed Masters. We've got a lot of these. We've got stuff with the from Sea of Tunes, Volume 4, Volume 3, Volume 2, Volume 1. Well, the Sea of Tunes Volume 4 is like the Honeys. Going through all this stuff, you just go through miscellaneous stuff, the alternate records, and I mean, I'm looking here. I've got so many volumes going through this. I'm into Pet Sound. I'm into Summer Days and Summer Nights. There's like 4 or 5 CDs from that. The Unsurpassed Masters for the party are big, and those are kind of yellowing. I don't know if those are good or not, but I've had these for a while. Then you get a long stuff with this, and then you start getting into the fun stuff like the Unsurpassed Masters for Smile. And this is one that made the pass in days. Moving on, I'm not going to talk about the other things. We can talk about another version of Smile that was available, and this was one that made the rounds. This was a J card that made the rounds on it. This was the lineup. I don't know the year of it. Mr. Frank Holmes, they said, did the cover. Actually got one. Now, number 18, the alternate Smiley Smile. Some of these J cards I've lost. I'm sorry, but that has a weird, like, the Beach Boys on the beach thing. We go into another alternate here, volume 20. I'm going to go past the Wild Honey, and we're talking about number 20, which is the alternate Friends in 2020. That's the cover for that one. Set listings, of course, all these things you can get online. These things, made the rounds in their day, and they were like gold, man. And here is the set list I just promised you. Right here you go. Here's the Friends 2020 boot here. Volume 20, Time to Get Along, It's Time, Breakaway, It's Kind of Blurry, Do It Again, Work Together Again, A Lot of Walk On By, I Can Hear Music. That's just one of them here. The next one we've got is a Scorpio release. It's called, this was a bootleg out that had a live show when the Beach Boys were kind of in their alternate phase of doing different stuff. And it's really a mixture. It's a mixture of an old show and a new show. It's called It's About Time. And you can see where they split. They split, I think, on about track 8 on disc 2. They go to the oldies. And that's the old band. That's a different concert. This is a combination of 2 concerts. This is New York 1971 and live in Sweden 1964. That's what it says here. Here's a disc. And here's the disc. This is most the one that has a 64. What is the second one here? All right, I'm going to try not to bring those discs out. It looks like they're shining too much. Another reason I don't like CDs, I just don't play them anymore. This is another version of Smile. Here we go. This is the Sphinx version. There's a J card with a listing. I'm not going to go through them on all of these. There are too many of them. You can read them right there. And here's the cover. And booklet. Some of the Smile artwork. And that is the Sphinx version. Now, we go on to another one. And the next one we have is another Smile. And this is also on a label called Sphinx. This is another Sphinx one. It's a different one. There's the other one. And so here's the difference. You want to see what the difference is and get this in here. There's the J card for this one. Here is the back cover of this. And then here is the inside cover of the CD. Anyway, the difference, here's a difference. Here's another J, here's the other J card here. With this one, I think I showed it to you. But that's the other Sphinx one here. I don't know what I did with the, there was the booklet here. I put it down here, my fault. I'm just trying to get that other sound out of the way there. Somebody had opened a window, was coming right out here. Okay, here's some other good ones. Oh boy, you're going to like this one. Quality Compact Productions. Here is another Smile CD. You can see the track listing on it. It's small, but I'll show you the back. This is fun, man. No wonder Larry likes doing these things. You just kind of show it, and you get to savor it as you're flipping by it here. It's nice. And here's the J card in the back to show you what we got here. I don't want to mess up anything with the CD here. Okay. This might have been the first one. I'm not sure I had. But there's the J card for this one. Okay, here's another one I have. And this has to do with one that came later. This is called Landlocked Adult Child. Kind of odd cover. This one I came a little bit later. Here's a J card. Nothing special about the CD. It's a CD. All right. And you can see on here, Adult Child is on one, Landlocked is one, starts with Loop the Loop and ends with Till I Die. And that's it. And that's exactly where we're going with the next one. Let's talk about the so-called Brother Records version of Landlocked. And all these slightly differ. So, you know, that's what's so funny. When I got the reference manual and stuff, that was one of the first things that they warn you. They say, you know, don't go by title, because the title will be. Now, this supposedly was supposed to be the title. There's nothing inside here, even though it's open. It's blank. But I like that. And then you got the picture of them circa Sunflower, which is actually one of my favorite periods. Let's look and see where we go from here. Get that in there nice and good. And then you've got the Brother Records label with track listing here on the right. And this actually, I got a lot of use out of this, but this was a good one. I like some of the songs here on this. It was pretty nice. Good thing. Got Carl and the Passion So Tough radio spot on here, lady. You know, looking at today. Some of the stuff's good. I like Loop the Loop. Susan Cincinnati's okay. You know, there's a bunch of versions of it. I used to have I used to have all the 45s, believe it or not. And a lot of them were damaged when I moved from law school out to Louisville. I had a breakdown with the truck that we were carrying them in. Had a breakdown, and if I'd have thought about it at the time, I probably could have made an insurance claim for. I probably lost a lot of thousands of dollars, you know, value-wise. There's a polyphone version of Landlocked, and here's a nondescript CD with some weird design on the end where you have no idea what it is, probably because it's not legal. And there's the cover of it, the later version, when Brian got post-Landy there. And then here's the Sons of Brian Europe Live Tour era book with the J card and the track listing, which essentially is a lot of the same material. I'll try to put it close enough you can read this. Kind of hard to see there. Okay. But anyway, that's the polyphone version, and you know how different that is from somebody else. Just probably depends on who duplicated it and had a printing press to be able to make another one. Let's go on to another one. Here's another one that we had, another one of these polyphone ones, which again there's not much to show you here. It doesn't say a damn thing on it. Doesn't even say the artist's name on it, but here's another one of them. And this one, my friends, is Beach Boys Sun Surf and Balloons. And this is very similar to the same era, I think, as some of this other stuff. I'll try to read it here. Walking, We're Together Again, California Beach, Hawaii, Sun City, Oh Those Girls. It's a Mike Love crap on here. Christine, Black Widow, and then there's Love and Mercy Live. So it's kind of a thrown together thing. There's some of the aborted Christmas record on here too. I don't know why they said Sun Surf and Blues. They should have said Snow, Sun Surf and Snow. But here's the back. Here's the JPEG of this. Let me check this out for a minute. Hopefully this isn't being too long. It's a little longer than the other ones, man. But this is the kind of video I like. I like to watch myself. I like to see things that I don't have. And some of you guys, this was a period in time that just happened, and you're either there and on the spot and got them, or you didn't. And some people still dig for these things and make their own versions of them. And who the hell knows what's good and not when you're dealing with the bootleg stuff. So let's get into Brian himself, and this is one that I have here of the sessions from 1994 to 1996 of Brian Wilson and Andy Paley. These are the Paley sessions back in the day of this period of time on his coming back, and kind of an interesting look on his face. There they are in the front of this. They talk about the 90s, smile of the 90s, unreleased music, come on. I mean, they say on the back of this, but I agree there's some good songs on here, but smile was a little bit much. This is when Brian, this really was coming back. I mean, even after he had come back with the 88 record, you can look at the expression on his face and tell. And here's the track listing. This is definitely Landy era stuff. And speaking of that, we roll on to the next one here. You're thinking, my God, Tony, when does this end? Well, it's going to end before long here, guys. I don't have too many more here. But this is one of the ones that you talk about, of course. Sweet Insanity, the record to follow up to the first 88 record, where it has my wife's favorite song that she liked to laugh at, that one about when he said he was dating Joan Rivers. Smart girls, I love the smart girls. She just belly laughed so hard she could hardly stand up. It was really funny. Anyway, there he is, and then here's he with the man here that wouldn't let him out of his sight, Some of these songs are great, man. They're definitely better than when they were redone by Brian in that later record. I forget what the name of the record was. It wasn't as good. I mean, some of them were on there. But, I mean, like Rainbow Eyes on this and stuff, I think is nice. The problem is the fidelity of this is questionable because, the source originally of it was probably gotten from a cassette somewhere. And so that's what you had. But that's a Vigatone thing, and that's a Vigatone bootleg, and that happened that happened almost concurrently with when the record was happening. I got that very soon thereafter. See what else I have here. Okay, we got another thing here. I've got another Bamboo bootleg here. Ball or something. I can't tell the name. I can't read the damn rating on the card. Here's a track listing of it. Again, no two of these are the same. They have different songs. Some of them have river songs, some don't, and just other stuff. I've got some other stuff here I don't have cards on. And oh my golly, guess what? I have again another Smile-related release from Sphinx. Yep, Sphinx again here. Here it is. The third one I've shown you. Alive and Smiling. It's just funny they say that because it's got nothing to do with the smile. Really doesn't. This is a live show. This is that live show that was bootlegged pretty well. But let me show you here this. This is Sacramento, 1964, and then 66 to 67. So it's pretty much the same show that happened. It talks about Smile. I don't know why it talks about Smile, because the only things that 10 to 25 I guess were what the other stuff was. But the live thing is the first thing, and then they get into the Smile stuff. It's really kind of a strange combination here to put these things together. But there's the back. And here's a J card here, which shows you that you get live, a weird thing live up to the first 9 songs, and then you get the Smile promo advert, and they go off on Smile. 65 minutes in total, so you got about 25 of that and about 40 of Smile. Strange combination, man. The beginning of it doesn't have anything to do with Smile. It's just funny, Alive and Smiling. When you first look at it, you think, well, this is all live, but it's not the live stuff. The later stuff is the Smile stuff combined with a concert back in 1964, which doesn't have a damn thing to do with the Beach Boys that were then at that time. Let's see if we have anything else, and I don't think we do have anything else. That's exactly all that I have. So I thank you all today for the show and tell. I hope you guys have seen some stuff you don't have before. This is not me bragging that I have this stuff. I don't really use this stuff very much. You know, the CDs especially, man. I haven't really opened this wallet in a long time, and I look at this. I got Beatles stuff after this too. It's just, it's silly, but anyway, the CD era became the era of free passing stuff back and forth, and people traded and did lots of things, but a lot of those ones, as you saw, were ones that were actually purchased. I used to actually go to stores up in New York City with my in-laws in time. We would go up there to the stores in St. Mark's and different places and get things. I remember there was a whole bunch of different bootlegs, and we used to check out different stuff. But Brian Wilson, that's where I got the Sweet Insanity. I was really excited to get that. I actually had more than one version of that, but I don't have the JPEG on some of those. Some of them were lost. Some of them are sitting in the cases are sitting with the identification in it. So. But anyway, it's been very nice. Happy Memorial Day to you guys. Sorry this one was so long. I hope the weather is as nice at your place as it is here now, and hopefully we saw something. Long live Brian Wilson. Long live the Beach Boys, and let's remember them as they truly were. There's one guy in there working with the Wrecking Crew. There wasn't the whole band working with the Wrecking Crew. There was one guy directing all that and voicing that, and Rabbit Ear saying this and doing that. There was only one guy up there doing that. Let's remember that. Again, in love with Brian Wilson. Take care. Happy Memorial Day, everybody. And we'll see you next time.